Hey guys, I'm Krista, and this is my big sister Stacey.
And this is Sister Social Call. Well, hey, sissy.
Hey sis, how's it going?
It's going really good tonight. How are you?
I'm good, but I'm exhausted today. I am feeling tuckered out, but all is good. It's the end of the week, so I should be,
Yeah, you've worked a hard, long week.
It's been a week this week. Yeah, it's just the start of like the craziness, so I got to get used to it. Why don't you let our listeners know what we're chitty-chatting about this week, sis?
Oh, it's going to be a fun one tonight, you guys. We are talking about some of our guilty pleasures, specifically reality TV, celebrity gossip, and whatever else is letting us escape from this wild world that we're living in right now. I actually feel like this is revitalizing something from when I lived in Regina. A few girlfriends and I would get together and share what we were watching, cool things on the internet, what we might be reading. We used to call it our media club. So this kind of feels a lot like that. Should we call it media club, sis?
Well, my response is like, what's up with all the clubs here? But I guess if you feel like we should have a book club, a media club, well then, yeah, sure, media club it up. Like, let's go for it. But I also don't think like we should have too many clubs.
The club of two.
But if you want to have a couple of clubs, the slow reader book club and the media club, fine.
Okay, then we're maxed out.
Well, I'm not going to say maxed out, but we can't just keep giving our topics clubs.
Oh, but I think we will have lots of media things to actually talk about on this podcast.
Then we got the media club, but I'm just saying for future, we'll suddenly become Sister Social Call, the podcast of clubs. This is the media club, guys. Welcome to the media club. This is our first episode of our guilty pleasures.
So why do people watch reality TV?
People watch reality TV for a lot of reasons, don't you think? I think entertainment, escapism, I think we can all a little bit relate to that. Something that's mindless, that takes us away from our day-to-day ability, like watching the shows like The Bachelor, Survivor, Big Brother, you can kind of relate to those types of people, those situations, the contestants, the emotions, yada, yada. The drama and conflict, like, let's be real. Watching people argue, betray each other, or cry on national TV can be weirdly satisfying. It scratches the drama itch without it being our drama,
That's so true.
Social connection. Lots of people watch reality TV so they can talk about it with friends or in online communities. Voyeurism. There's something intriguing about watching people's lives unfold, whether it's high stakes competitions or people just living in a house. Like, something interesting about that. Who knows why? Like the Kardashians. Anyways, hope or inspiration. Some reality TV shows focus on transformation or success. Queer Eye, The Great British Bake Off, Shark Tank. And people love seeing others grow or chase dreams. And of course, guilty pleasure. Even if it's trashy, people enjoy it. The so bad it's good vibe is real, and it's okay to like things that don't always win Emmys. I think those are some reasons why we all get into the reality TV shows. I'm not a big TV watcher, like I know that you aren't either, sis, but if I'm gonna watch something, it's like true crime or definitely trashy reality TV show.
Yeah, shows. So what are you watching these days for trashy reality TV?
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you guys, I literally just finished watching Temptation Island, and it was juicy. I haven't watched a Temptation Island in a while. I'm not sure if there has been one for a while, but my go-to trashy, I don't even think it's trashy, I like it so much, is Love is Blind. It's on Netflix, so I don't have cable TV, so I don't watch like the Survivors and the Big Brothers and stuff because I don't have cable TV, neither does Mark, so we just watch what's on Netflix. Those are the two. I've literally just binge watched both of them, and Love is Blind is, I can't even ever wait for the next episode to come out, or the next season. I binge it in like a few days, and then I can't even wait. I'm just like, hurry up. I love it so much. I think I'm a bit of a hopeless romantic too, so I kind of get stuck on those kinds of shows. When I had cable TV, I used to love watching The Bachelor. That was one that I always loved to watch. So yeah, so those are the two that I'm watching currently.
Can you tell me, have you watched Farming for Love or Farmer Wants a Wife?
I have not. I've watched clips of it on TikTok because I don't have cable TV. And so where do you find that? Where is it on?
I don't know. I thought you might have found it streaming somewhere, but I was just like, it feels like your show about finding a farmer to live and share a life with. Like, if it wasn't for your current life, I'd be nominating you to be a contestant on one of those shows.
Did you know there's a farmers only dating site?
I did not. Did you explore this in your dating days?
I did not. I didn't even know about it. Mark told me about it.
Was he on it?
No,
Oh, okay.
I don't think he was. But he told me about it. I'm pretty sure it was him. And then I was telling all my single friends, you got to get on farmersonly.com. But no, I've never watched those shows, but I've watched clips of them. And the clips that I've seen were so incredibly cute. I just loved it. I probably should try to hunt those shows down because I love a good dating show. I love it. So
Yeah.
what about you? What do you got on the go? What's your watch right now?
Oh, well, I'm not like Chrissy said, I'm not a huge TV consumer, but this will probably come as a little bit of a surprise to our listeners. But Sean and I have been watching F1 from the beginning of our relationship. Actually, he brought me into the sport. So I do love watching Drive to Survive before the F1 season starts. So we finished that a few weeks ago. Netflix does a really great job of weaving together a season of, I think last year was 23 races, I believe, and weaving like the storyline together into an episode. And I really enjoy how they put it together because watching races week to week can be exciting, but I don't follow the stories. I'm not reading the blogs or anything like that. So to get like a good comprehensive storyline from the year previous in one episode is really great. Yes, that's probably going to come as a surprise that I do love F1, but I really love celebrity gossip. And I used to be a regular TMZer, like reading all the gossip headlines, but I don't really do that anymore. But I've been deep into the Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift love story. Like, I was obsessive about it last fall when they just first started dating. I could not even stop reading the headlines. So much so that I started listening to the New Heights podcast. And it's funny because that's probably the podcast that I listen to most regularly. I was just dying to hear Taylor Swift stories on it. Maybe it's the hopeless romantic thing again. I don't know. And then this year, because I was listening to so much New Heights, like through the off season and then into the season, I actually started to follow NFL. So Sean, my husband, has a fantasy football team and he had Patrick Mahomes and Sean won this year, second time. So that he's won on his fantasy team. We had things to talk about because I actually was listening to this podcast and then I knew a few things about what was happening in NFL. I like football, but I don't follow it. But this year I kind of followed it. So I'm sure that will happen again.
Well, and it helps immensely because our great Auntie Jean, who we've talked about a lot already, is a crazy Kansas City Chiefs fan. So, and a Patrick Mahomes fan. So just by default, we've been cheering them on alongside her because it's such a hoot to participate in that with her.
Yeah.
That's a good time. But
it is a good time. But anyways, their relationship's pretty old news now. Like, I think they've figured out a way to be private with their relationship, or they're finding the balance. And so it's just not every day anymore that the paparazzi's out there. They might be out there, but it's not being reported on. Or my algorithm has slowed down a bit. One of the two. Not sure.
That's so funny. You haven't typed in Travis and Kelce in a while, so it's got you onto the menopause algorithm right now.
Oh, boy,
Hold on.
Does it ever have me onto the menopause algorithm? Holy cow.
That is so funny. If my algorithm probably is like, this lady is whacked, because it's like the shit I Google, there's no rhyme or reason to any of it. The algorithm can't even keep up with me because it's so all over the place. Yeah. But you know what? Honestly, I'm not a celebrity gossip person. I'm not even a great gossip person in general. But as far as celebrities go, like, people will tell me about an actor, an actress, or this or that. I can't ever remember their names. I have no idea who's who. I don't remember the titles of movies, even music. I love music. I'm obsessed with music. I can sing along to most every song that I can hear or that plays, and yet I can't remember who sings it, the band's name. You know, I'm terrible with that stuff.
I don't think you're terrible. I feel like it might be genetic then, because I'm exactly the same. I can't.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't have the desire to know information about people that I don't know. I don't, that to me is like, oh, that's taking up like wasted space in my brain. I got all these other things going on in there. So I always find it fascinating when people do have that kind of obsession about celebs and things like that. I think your obsession was a lot more hardy back in the day. I think it's chilled out a bit, but you have always, like, I remember you having your teen magazines and things.
Yeah, just like you, I cannot remember movie titles, band names, artists. Like, I'd have no capacity in my brain for it. And I just feel like it's filled up with other things. But I do love the escapism of celebrity gossip.
Yeah, for sure. So, for instance, Love is Blind. I get into a series of that, and then I end up following them on TikTok after because I need to see what is unfolding in their life after Love is Blind. So I get like a little, but not even obsessive. Sometimes I can go like a week or two without being on TikTok, but I do get like that where it's like, oh my gosh, I need to see what is happening in these people's world. But then I have some friends that are also Love is Blind lovers. So if you guys haven't watched Love is Blind or you don't know this, I'm going to just quickly give you the idea of it. It's basically men and women meet each other on the other side of walls. They don't actually get to see each other. And the only way they get to see each other is if one of them proposes to the other, then they can see each other. So they meet each other, they date each other on the other side of walls. They don't get to see each other. So it's a cool concept, right? I think, because, is love truly blind? And there's been some great hookups and some marriages, and some people have had children and all this stuff. It's pretty cool. But yeah, so here I am, and I'm, something happens with one person, and there's me on the old TikTok, like searching up so and so because I need to see what's happening. And then it's usually them trying to save themselves from all the backlash of shit that happened on the show and saving their face and things like that. But I love the whole idea of Love is Blind. And then, yeah, the Temptation Island. Well, there's these couples that go on, and somebody in the relationship wants to get married and the other one is reluctant to. So they go on this island with they separate them, and there's other men and women on it. And then the idea is like, will they be tempted with these other people?
Oh boy.
It is so against anything I ever even would believe it. Like, I don't even think this is right, but I got into this season and I could not stop.
It's a train wreck that you're watching.
It's the train wreck. And for me, I think it's just like, it is exactly that after a long week of work, it's something I can just put on. I don't even have to really watch it. I can just listen to what's going on in the background. I can draw, I can do you don't have to pay too much attention to I can be doing laundry. It's still on, so you can pay attention. Then it's like, oh, that's juicy. Rewind. So yeah, I kind of like shows like that where you don't really have to focus too much and you can still follow along. Like, it's just so mindless. So yeah, I have to say I don't love a lot of it, but the shows that I do love, and I'm always like, Mark, do you want to watch Love is Blind with me? He's like, after 5 years, you still ask that? Like, I'll meet you in bed later.
Oh, he doesn't watch with you, hey? He hasn't gotten into the trash reality TV?
No, but so I was telling him, because he likes gossip and he likes trashy shit. Like, you know what? I'll tell you guys what he liked to watch. Jersey Shore. My boyfriend, Mark, he's an old farmer. And Buddy was obsessed with Jersey Shore. So this guy loves drama. He loves it.
This is shocking.
I can't even. During COVID, we watched some old episodes of the Jersey Shore because we were really maxed out on what to watch because that's all we could do. So anyhow, tonight, I was saying to him, Mark, like, Temptation Island is crazy this season. I'm done watching it. So I was telling him this the other day. Oh, there's like juicy stuff. Well, anyway, tonight on the phone, we're talking after work. And he goes, oh, I saw a little thing about Temptation Island today. And I said, oh? He goes, yeah, something about some guy having a threesome, whatever. And I was like, yeah, he had a threesome and his girlfriend freaking took him back. He's like, no way. Like, he was right into it. So he doesn't want to watch it, but he wants to know all the gossip that's going on.
I'm shocked that he was a Jersey Shore fan. That is a groundbreaking news to me.
I mean, I like Jersey Shore, but not to the point that I would ever rewatch an episode. So I was quite taken back by it. But I mean, that's a long time ago, that show too. But yeah, that's like trashy, just mindless TV. You can't even relate to those people though. That's the thing.
Yeah, I always thought Belle Tyre would have been a great reality TV show.
And my hair salon in the first years of conception, holy man. We always thought if we had a YouTube channel, we would have made millions. You couldn't even make up the shit that happened in the salon. And it's like all good stuff, right? Like it's all pretty innocent, but I'm in a small town. It's a resort town. It's a beach town. Well, you'd have Betty come in with her oxygen tank and need a haircut, but then your next client would be a guy that just came in off the boat, just beached it on the sand. He rips up, no shirt, no shoes, just board shorts. I mean, now it's normal, and that's just normal shit that happens every day. But at first, me and Jill would be, at the end of the day, we'd just be like, what just happened in like, it was mind blowing. And then of course, like the conversations and we had a lady come to pick up her daughter wasn't getting her hair done. The lady comes in her house coat and slippers, just hanging out while her daughter's finishing getting her hair colored. Just, that's like beach life. And then the one day, this is like also another funny story. I had to go to a funeral, but my dress was a little bit too big. So Jill's client was a seamstress. She literally, while I was at work, she took the dress off my back. I put on one of my capes, my robes that I would use for a color. They're robes, not those capes. And she took it home and stitched it up and freaking brought it back to me. You can't even make, like, seriously, some of the most golden things happened in there. So I always thought the same thing. But yeah, Bell Tire would have been absolutely delightful too, the tire shop. It would have been really great. So sis, are you watching anything else these days? Like other than the reality TV F1 stuff? What do you, anything else?
I've been actually getting deep into stand-up comedy specials lately. I love that they're only an hour long and I'm never behind in an episode. So it's like 1 hour, start to finish. And obviously they're funny. Like after a long day and the world that we're in, they might be speaking of things that are very topical. And some of those things are harsh, but at least there's humor around it. And that is really important to me these days, is to laugh about things that are happening around me. So I think some of my favorite comedians that I've recently watched and are pretty new to me. I love Nate Bargatze's special, The Greatest Average American. I also loved Ali Wong's special, Single Lady. Oh, that was super funny. If you haven't watched it yet, you should. In the last couple of weeks, I found Leanne Morgan. So she came to stand-up comedy a little later in her life, and she's a menopausal woman. And so that is why I found her to be quite humorous, because of our bodies are changing and she is speaking some hard truths, but in a very humorous way. And speaking of menopause, have you heard or seen the CBC TV show called Small Achievable Goals?
Well, not until you just sent that to me the other day, and you text me this. You're like, "Well, I'll be binging this," and then I said, "How do you have time to find this shit, Stacey? Like, how?"
Well, okay, so Small Achievable Goals is a new comedy following two women, Chris and Julie. They're totally wildly different women on an unpredictable journey of transformation as they battle menopause, midlife, and making a podcast together. Like, the universe really just nailed it with this one for me. And how did I find this? Well, I am in a group of public servants across Canada, and they post relevant information. And anyways, this one came up in that group, but I didn't know what they were talking about. But then it came up twice more for me in like a period of 2 days. And so I just took it as a sign that it was for me to watch because of the podcast, midlife, menopause.
It found you, essentially. It found you.
Yeah. And I would say that like we're almost 50% that show because one of the people's name is Chris. Like,
that's super funny.
Yeah.
Like, what are the chances of that?
I know. So I've been starting to binge watch that, and I look forward to finishing it this week because the episodes are like only 20 minutes. It's so great.
Oh, that's quick. Yeah.
I think I'm going to wrap it up there. Do you want to share anything else, sis, that you're binging these days?
No, I will say Mark's a huge comedy guy too. He loves stand-up comedy. So when I'm at the farm, we try to find some comedy show to watch as well. I think he probably has favorites. Again, I don't remember their names, and I pretty much watch anything. I don't know what it is about stand-up comedians. They stand up in front of you and tell you shit you already know, but it's so freaking funny.
I know.
And I get cracking up so hard that I start crying. Like, I don't know if it's because I'm tired or what it is, but sometimes I get watching them and I get cracking up. So that I do enjoy that as well. I started Bad Influence last night. This isn't so much a reality show. It's a docuseries on Netflix. And it's about this woman who used her child and children as influencers. I'm not done it yet. I'm only on episode 2. I think there's only a few, but she's I think in jail now. So it's interesting because it's, yeah, like using her child, her daughter. It's a crazy thing to watch. So I'm watching that on Netflix right now. I just started it last night. So there's that.
You'll have to report back on that one.
Yeah, it's intense. Like it is intense already. The internet is an amazing place. People can make a lot of money on it. And you can kind of see how this, just in the episode that I have watched, that the woman quickly saw the success her daughter was gaining her, but she was a young girl, like young. She was doing like beauty pageants when she was really little. And then and it was just, I think it becomes an obsession for people. And it truly, I understand that. It becomes what's about seeing people like your video, seeing the views you have. It's that feeling of validation, there's a lot that comes along with posting stuff on social media. And so you could just see how this woman, she basically kind of, I think it got obsessive, and it was like more. It became an addiction to her, and at the cost of her children, her child. And then consequently other people's children were involved in this as well.
Yeah, all good. Why don't we move along to our peaks, pits, and plans for the upcoming week? Why don't you start first, sis?
Okay, well, I don't have any pits this week. It's been a good week. Well, I guess I should say I kind of got a little bit of a flu last weekend, but it was very short-lived, and I didn't even puke or anything. I felt really nauseous, zero energy, and achy, only for like 24 hours, but whatever. No pits otherwise. Peaks, my women's group, You Make More Sense. Women's group, it was our second last day. Very powerful, unbelievable session that we had. It was awesome. We did this pretty cool exercise about needs. Basically, the premise is you were asked what you need, and you were able to say to your partner what you needed. To be totally honest, I was saying to Stacey earlier, there's practical things in our life that we know that we need, and they're just things that roll off the top of our tongue. But there are things that each person needs that are needs for yourself. And I don't know if I've ever thought about that before. So it was hard for me, and it was intense in such a good way. I love going deep like that. Like that's what that just makes my heart beat and sing, when I can go deep and have these deep, intense experiences. So of course that was a peak for me. Though it was tough, it was a peak for me because I'm going into a place that I've not been before, and I freaking love that shit. It is amazing. Anyways, on to the next thing. My plans. Well, I have some plans. Tomorrow I'm doing another meal prep class with my friend Jolene. She's doing it's a burrito one. So I think we end up with 18 burritos. So I'm doing that tomorrow. And then I'm going to the farm after that. We have to sort out some cows on Sunday. So I'll be ranching. Mark said to me last weekend, hey, I need your help next weekend dealing with some cattle. Got to pull out the big guns to help them out. So I'm looking forward to that. I always love getting in there with the cattle because I don't know. I think I've learned from the best, but I am a bit of a cow whisperer sometimes, I think. Like I have a patience with them. And anyway, so I enjoyed that. And I've only done it a few times, so I'm still very much so learning. So I love that too. My car goes in to get fixed from my tractor incident on Monday. So that'll be good. I won't be driving around with the freaking tail light knocked out of the back of my car anymore. Jeez Louise. And then our final women's group is on Wednesday. I'm sad that it's going to be done, but I think I feel okay about it. Like the last one I felt, I was not comfortable. Like I didn't really want it to end. So, and many people didn't want it. So carried on to the next for 6 more sessions. And so it's done on Wednesday, though I would love to continue on forever. I think we could really do some great work. I do feel, I feel that I'll be ready for this one to be done. And so I'm excited, not to move on, but I'm excited to see what comes after this, because I know that there'll be something more. I'm just not entirely sure what's next, but I feel this is just the beginning of a very crazy journey in my life for me. So in a very good, positive way. And we'll have to talk about that on an episode, because lots of episodes I've talked about the You Make Sense. And I have clients that are listening to our podcast who are like, tell me about this group that you're doing. I've heard you talk about it on your podcast. I think we should talk about that maybe a little bit in more depth, but obviously just from my perspective and my side of things, because just to protect the privacy of the other people in the group. But we should talk about that a little bit, because I've had more than enough people ask. So And then to finish off the week, we're going to have Easter at my brother's house at Jay's place. So as long as everything is going good with the cows at the ranch and there's nothing catastrophic happening, then we're going to go in and have Easter with my fam. So that'll be really nice. That'll be nice to be with everybody. So that's pretty much it. Just a full week of work and regular life stuff. What about you, sis? What's going on for you? What's been happening?
Yeah, I was thinking about my pits this week, and I don't really have any. I was just finding it hard to balance all the things for the podcast that need to get done because I'm hitting the road tomorrow. So it was just like, okay, I need to get a lot of things done before I hit the road because I don't want to spend too much time editing while I'm away. So that's about it. Peaks. Well, Brother Neil was here. He's not really our brother, but he's here so much that and we have such a great relationship that I call him Brother Neil. Sean had a lot of friends named Neil and Regina, so I needed to distinguish them. So I called this Neil because he was my favorite Neil, Brother Neil. So that was great to have him here for a couple days. Knocked off a puzzle in 2 days. I love puzzling. It's just is meditative for me. I love it so much. Today is actually my birthday. Here we are recording tonight. It's my actual birthday.
I didn't even start the whole I had that in my head today at work. I'm like, oh, we're going to have to start the episode with happy birthday and sing it to you.
Oh, I don't think we need to sing anything, but it's been a really nice day today. I went for lunch with 2 of my former colleagues, and that was really nice to catch up with them. I do see them pretty regularly, but it was nice to see them today on my birthday. And then had a friend drop off some flowers. So that was really nice to get some fresh flowers. Yeah, it was funny though. So the doorbell rang this morning and I was like, oh, somebody's probably bringing me flowers. Like that was my thinking. I get to the door and it's 2 Jehovah's Witnesses.
Not quite
the flowers. Nope. Yeah, it was just a really nice day. She just went and picked up sushi for us to have tonight. So that will be really nice to have dinner together. And then tomorrow, well, folks, we have big plans in my world. I am going on what I have been calling my Hot Springs and Hot Ladies road trip. I have a dear friend coming from Regina, picking her up at the airport, and we're hitting the road. We are going to Nelson, Cusp, and Revelstoke. And we are going to Hot Springs, the Ainsworth Hot Springs, the Nakusp Hot Springs, and the Halcyon Hot Springs. So I've never traveled in this part of BC before. It's in the West Kootenays. It's on the other side of the mountain range that we're on. It's a pain to get to because you literally have to go around the mountains. So that's why I've never really explored over there. So I'm really excited to be hitting the road with my friend Christy and checking out some new towns and going to some new restaurants and sitting and soaking for 3 days. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I'm very excited.
That will be amazing. That'll be great.
So yeah, I think that concludes our episode today, sis.
Okay, well, that was a pretty light and airy episode, which is nice because we can sometimes get onto really intense conversations. So, you guys, thank you so much for listening and for tuning into our podcast. We have been soaring with downloads, so that's been amazing. If you guys like the podcast, please be sure to, give us a like and to give us a review on our platforms so that if you guys do that, that helps our podcast reach more listeners, which we would absolutely love. You guys are doing a great job already and we appreciate it. We definitely want you to know that. If you like it, share it. Share what you're listening to with your friends. Tell your friends, your family all about what you're listening to. That helps us grow our audience as well. And we would totally appreciate that a lot. As you know, we always say at the end of our episode, you can find us on different social media platforms. Sister Social Call is on Instagram. Stacey's on Facebook and LinkedIn. I, Krista, am on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. And we just want to say a big, huge thank you for all of your kind words, for all of your great feedback, for all of your engagement in our posts on Instagram. Thank you guys so much. You're amazing and you're making it so much fun for us to keep it on with the podcast.
Thank you so much, everybody. Love you, sissy.
Love you too, sis.